So I'll be looking at an array of different stoves, straight from pressurised stoves, pictured here at the rear, all the way to a couple of semi-pressurised stoves, right through to an array of stoves we can make ourselves, and some of these are my favourites. Okay, we're going to start off with the Coleman's 533, and a wonderful little stove because it'll run on unleaded petrol and white gas, which is the Coleman's fuel or similar. Okay, let's have a look at some of the finer details. Here we have your filler cap for the fuel, a primer pump, which I'm going to show you how to use in a minute, and the regulator which sits on top, and the flame adjuster here in red. Shop around for the prices on these because you might be able to get a bargain. And like I said, this is a great prepper's stove because it will run on unleaded. Okay, let's get this lit up. Really pretty easy to do. The boil test will be done with 250 ml of cold water. And first of all, we need to equalise the pressure of the stove just by undoing the fuel filler cap, introducing some air and ensuring we have fuel in. Now to prime, is a primer which I rotate anti-clockwise to release the pump, and on the end here is a tiny hole which needs to be covered with a thumb, and I just introduce the pressure until I feel a resistance build up, until I can't push anymore, that's firm enough, and then tighten that up again clockwise. Okay, now that's going, I can come back to the primer and introduce even more air, and it'll start going from an orange flame to the blue flame that we require. So 250 ml of water will be introduced here, and that should boil up in no time at all. Okay, it's been a few minutes, let's have a look. That is a good old roaring boil, and with any stove, check the handles aren't hot, take the water off the stove before you start to change the regulator valve. So the stove is incredibly easy to use. What appealed to me about this is it will run on unleaded petrol as well as the Coleman's white gas. And that brings us to a backpackable stove. This is the Svea 123R. It's pretty lightweight as far as backpacking stoves goes. And we'll have a look at some of the finer details now. It's a Swedish stove, brass construction. This is the windshield with the pot stand legs which are adjustable, and this is my modified unit. Quiet stove cap and a rope modification on the bottom there to help prime it. It's a really cute little thing. Let's get this one lit up. Again, I'm going to equalise the pressure in the tank and just ensure I have some fuel. I only want this about 2/3 full, no more than that. That's enough to be going on with. And I'm going to prime it with the methylated spirits, but I'm running it on Coleman quick squirt on the stove rope. Okay, now this will allow the stove to pressurise. And inside here is a square valve, and I have a square turnkey, so that will be the flame regulator. And we're going a little lighter, a little smaller. It's the famous Trangia stove. Now remember, the G is silent, it's Trangia stove. It's brass construction, open well where we can pour the fuel into there, and it's just a case now of lighting this up. Now remember, you will need a windshield and pot stand, but just for now I'm just going to light this up. It certainly likes its fuel, this. I'm going to put half in this, just to, so I don't waste any. Well, it's just a case of lighting this up. Now there is a flame here, and in a second it will bloom through these jet holes here as soon as this gets hot enough. And there is a flame there. It's incredibly hard to see because of the light, so we'll have a look at flame pattern night and day on this one. It's the Trangia stove. Now before we come to our homemade stoves, this is an unusual little thing. It's from a fondue set, and I can open up all the jets or put it onto a simmer, so the burn only comes through the centre. Again, runs on methylated spirits, very fuel efficient, but it does take a while to get that water burning. Okay, here's the section that I've been looking forward to. It's a homemade stoves.